Folks across the country saw this yesterday from Eleanor Tinsley Park. Water washing away the Freedom Over Texas Festival and sending pieces of the stage and the setup floating away. Now cleanup is underway in a lot of the areas that the water filled in our city. Michelle Choi has more on that and ways to mitigate flooding damage.
Right now, the cleanup process is well underway here at Eleanor Tinsley Park. Yesterday's floodwaters left behind quite a muddy mess. But as you can see, the good news is the waters receded dramatically. And the Buffalo Bayou, while it's still high, well, it's well within its banks. But just 24 hours ago, it was a much different scene. Most of the park underwater as the Buffalo Bayou spilled out of its banks. Heavy rain pounding parts of Houston for hours, flooding busy roadways. Dozens of stalled cars were spotted as folks try to make the best of their rainy 4th of July holiday. The mess bringing up one big question. Is there a solution to Houston's flooding problem? We turn to flood expert Christoph Spieler.
We can't ever really solve flooding. A landscape this flat with this much rain, we will always have flooding. The question is, how can we minimize the impact that has on people's lives?
Spieler believes the answer starts small.
What if you take people's front yards, dig them down a little bit so they can hold just a little bit of water during the rain so that water ends up in the yard and not in the street? Better maintenance, just cleaning out roadside ditches regularly.
But to tackle Houston's main flooding threat are drainage issues. He suggests small-scale detention ponds.
It holds water when it's raining.
That water is then released slowly after rain events like what we saw on Wednesday is over.
What we've learned is to deal with flooding, speeding up drainage is not actually helpful. If we try to get all of the water to flow away as quickly as possible, it creates the equivalent of traffic congestion, actually causes more flooding downstream.
And despite parks around Buffalo Bayou flooding a couple times a year, when asked if it's worth keeping and fixing each time, well, Spieler says absolutely yes, because the pros outweigh the cons. One of the pros being, of course, folks getting to enjoy these beautiful amenities. Standing for Houston, Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.